3, 2, 1.
What's up, guys? John here. Titan Talk Tuesday in full effect. What's going on? I appreciate everybody joining me on this beautiful Tuesday, because you know it's always a good Tuesday when we're here. And I'm going to talk about some good topics here that are going on right now out in the public. And anybody that has any questions, concerns about any of the therapies that we may have, or maybe the therapy of the week that I'm going to talk about, and the special, let me know. What's going on? How you doing, CJ? What's going on out there? Everybody that's joining in, I appreciate it. James Nandel, what's going on? I appreciate all you guys joining in. DMK, what's going on? How you doing? It's good to see you guys, man. So, you know, obviously, you know, every Titan Talk, I like to talk about what Titan Medical Center can do for you guys. It makes you guys feel better, look better, and perform better. And a lot of people have a lot of different questions, concerns about how we do things or what we do, or maybe how to become a patient. Just fire them off. And maybe you are a patient. You guys want to know more about some different therapies, or maybe trying to hit a different goal. Let me know. I'll definitely cover all those different things. CC Dyer, what's going on? DMK Fit, what's going on? John, what's going on, dude? I hope all is well. My man, Mr. Manny Santana in the house. What's up, dude? So, guys, got a great show planned for you guys. Going to talk about, first off, Mother's Day is coming up this Sunday, right? And obviously, we all have mothers, hopefully. Maybe they're here, maybe they're not. If they passed away, I'm sorry. But hopefully they're around, and hopefully you get to see them. Also, your wives, baby mamas, all this like this, it's Mother's Day for them too as well. So we want to do a full-blood panel special for Mother's Day. So any ladies out there or mothers want to take advantage of it, we're doing a special for them. Instead of $300, we're going to knock it down to $200. And usually it's $225 with a discount that I give out sometimes. So $200 is the cheapest you're going to see it. At this point, they can sign up for this. It's going to be good all the way till Monday. So maybe if you talk to your mother, or you have your wife or your partner or your baby mama that wants to take advantage of this, they have one more day after Sunday to sign up for this on Monday and take full advantage of all the specials that we got going on. And I really want to help out the mothers out there, or the women, you know, because listen, for us guys, it's a lot easier to dial us in hormone-wise, and it's a lot more simple across the board. For females, it takes a little bit more, and you have to deal with all these different hormones that are going on, plus the fluctuation of their hormone cycle, if they're still able to menstruate, and at that point, that messes all kinds of things up, plus birth control. Sometimes they use hormone-based birth controls, and this can mess some things up too as well. So we're here for the females out there too as well. Thanks, Seth Jordan in the house. What's going on? Holding Out Law. My man Pat Russo in the house. Santanic, Dirty E Bills. What's going on? How you guys doing? I appreciate all you guys joining in. Ty Fam was MIA last week. No problem, dude. I know you're doing some awesome ink. So if you guys ever come to Florida, Tampa, and you guys want to get one of the best tattoos, go to DC Society. And my man John's over there. He'll ink you up really good. Is what I've seen. I've seen the work, man. I'm really proud of you. That's awesome. I'm doing great, Holden. Doing great. All right, so like I said, for females, it's a lot more, intense. Well, it's a lot more intense, I guess, as far as dialing in their hormones, intricate all the way through. So at that point, we want to make sure our females are taken care of. One, if it's your wife or your partner, you want them to be in a good mood, right? And this has to do with hormones for both guys and girls. And, even sexual function, as far as that goes, women experience vaginal dryness, which is no good for us guys out there too as well. So it all leads back to us. We want our wives, our mothers, baby mamas especially, happy and off our butts, and living a good quality life, and pleasing us too as well. So it all goes hand in hand. So make sure your girls are dialed in just as much as you guys want to be dialed in. They should be dialed in just as well. All right. So Mother's Day special goes on till Monday of next week. Take advantage of the specials, guys, because these don't come around as much as they used to, and I want to make sure you guys take full advantage of it. All right. So let's get into the therapy of the week. I always love talking about the therapy of the week to give you guys a more emerged version, or a more explained version of some of these therapies, how they can help you, really what's in them, and kind of how they work, right? So when we talk about NAD has been a therapy that's been around for us, I think, about 8 years. Now, you really started seeing it hit the market here in the last 5, like maybe 4 big, right? Like I see all the places offering IV therapy now and all this. Now we offer it not just with IV, but we offer it intramuscular. So you can take it whenever you want to. And at that point, you can utilize it for, like I said, a number of different things, which I'm going to go over right now. But it can be used in these situations to better your quality of life and maybe improve some of the different things you're doing day to day. And I'm going to go into all these different things here in a second. But NAD is an awesome thing, and let's get right into it. So NAD is in every living cell in the body. It's a coenzyme, and it helps produce energy in the body, so natural energy throughout the body. So it helps cellular metabolism too. It works on the cellular level. It can help for recovery too, as repair in the body. It helps promote brain function and synapses in the brain, so it helps you think better. So cognitive function and cognitive enhancement, and that's one of the biggest things I like out of it for me. And I'll go over all the benefits in a second. Also, chronic fatigue. So you have some people out there that deal with chronic fatigue syndrome. This is a really, really good one to utilize to get over that problem. And those people get really winded really fast. With this is awesome. Like I said, every living cell in the body and helps produce energy and cellular metabolism, cellular metabolization, excuse me. Also, along with this, regenerates cells, helps slow the aging process too as well. As our cells deteriorate, they try to replicate and come back just as good as they are, but they never do usually. Where this will help cells rejuvenate and repair. So revitalization for the body, slowing down the aging effect for you, which is a big one, right? All cognitive diseases or cognitive function, as far as that would decline, this is really going to help. So they were testing this on Alzheimer's patients, dementia patients too as well. With this, it's also great for inflammation in the body. I can't talk enough about NAD, and it was a big one for me. And we also have it in Titan Ultra. It has NAD, it has taurine in it, which is great for brain function too as well, and it has B12, so it promotes more energy too as well. So that's a great one. So Titan Ultra, you can have it with 2 different things, or you can have it with straight NAD. Now, if you want to use it with straight NAD, you can utilize it whenever you want. For me, I use a maintenance dose a week, maybe 1 to 2 shots. And if I have a big thing going on, like a big business meeting, an important function of some sort, I need to be on point. I do take an ECA for great energy and mind stimulation and clarity, but NAD really does kick in and makes me focus a lot more. People that take Adderall, this is a great substitute for those people out there. You want to take a controlled substance and feel jittery or heart palpitations, and this is actually something that's going to be good for you instead of bad for you. We want to make sure that we're promoting good things for the body that are going to help the body and that you guys can take that aren't going to wreck your health down the line, where some of these things are good for short-term use and down the line are going to cause you a detrimental function to your health, especially. That's why I don't like, Adderall is used for a small portion of people that it really does work and help for, and they have a lot of other people that are just taking it for wrong reasons because they can't find the things that can really help them and be healthy for them do the same thing. And that's where really NAD can really come into play and help people out in a lot of different ways. So I really can't talk more about NAD Plus or NAD or even Titan Ultra, which has NAD. It has taurine in it. It has B12. So those 3 are going to help promote even more energy and brain cognitive function and clarity. So that's a great one. So if you guys are looking for something that's going to help with different areas like this, and who couldn't want to be more dialed in? I used to call this the limitless drug. The movie Limitless, and if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's a great movie with Bradley Cooper, Robert De Niro's in it, but it's basically a pill that this guy takes, and it's called NTZ, and it makes this guy be able to focus in on things he never did before. He bettered himself in so many different ways. So I really think that this is that without any negative effect like that movie had. So if you guys are checking something out and you guys want to be limitless, this is going to be the one for you guys. All right?
Okay.
So
you want to catch up on some comments?
Yeah, let's catch up on some comments, man. What we got here?
All right, top down. This is the oldest.
Woo, Angel, what's going on? How you doing? Gorilla Zoe, Big Norries, John. I'm definitely going to check it out for sure. Lyman, what's going on? Pride of Windjorn, Hulk Squad with my dude, what's going on? Javon Senior, Prito, what's going on? Brett, Suzaro, my man, DMK. I've been learning how environment causes all kinds of health problems. The more I read, the more I see how toxic birth control is for women. It's a good one. Yeah. Listen, birth control, is hormone based in the main function of a lot of them. There are some different ones that are not hormone based, but yeah, so it could be, these are synthetic hormones too as well. So at that point, the synthetic hormones are not bioidentical, and they can definitely help promote possibly cancer. And when we talk about all the other health environment issues out there, we really have to talk about what we're breathing in and the toxicity. And what I've covered on other previous Titan Talks is now that we're finding microplastics in humans' bloodstreams. This is really, really crazy stuff, guys, because that's ultimately going to affect our health in a number of different ways. Maybe not now, but later on down the line. The more that you read about plastics and the stuff that we're eating our food out of or heating our food up in, should really cause an alarm and a lot of red flags up there for sure, 100%. Paula, what's going on? Echo, what's going on? Alexander, how you doing? George, Moya, what's going on? Rusty King Boss, Luke, what's going on? How you doing? Hawk Squad DMK, trying to live a good life in the world that doesn't want you to. This is true. Everybody's all negative Nancy all over the place. Not good. Hever, what's going on? Mr. Bentley, Madamu, what's going on? Dominic, what's going on, my dude? Hear that, Hawk? The state we live in is Zoom. Yep. So it's kind of crazy because everybody's moving down here to Florida from New York or California or some of these different states. So we're seeing a huge influx. So hopefully we keep it the way we had it, because I love Florida the way it is. It's a beautiful thing down here. So it is really paradise. All right. So the next topic. A pupil-tracking smartphone app looks to catch early stages of Alzheimer's disease. So this is kind of what I was talking about NAD today. Alzheimer's disease is a horrible disease, and it wrecks a lot of people's lives. And at that point, a lot of people suffer. So we're looking at different medications that are out there, and there are different ones that they have been working on, Big Pharma and stuff like that, to hopefully cure or prevent or slow down Alzheimer's disease. But how do we really know you have Alzheimer's disease? Now, there's different tests out there that can do it, but this one is really savvy and uses technology to our benefit. And that's what we should be doing, is using technology to our benefit. Now, a lot of people out there might say, oh, this is some way that they're going to try to get your eye, your retina scan and all that. But, it is what it is. Now, people can definitely use this data after they probably get it. But this uses your smartphone, and this can hopefully prevent or bring them the information of early stages of Alzheimer's disease. And the way that it works, basically, you put your eye, your retina up to the phone, and the phone basically it tests, or it shows, or it logs your pupil and how it dilates minute after minute. And they say that with people that are going to have cognitive diseases, that the pupil will dilate even more in some of these functions when they're at a hard task. So they're solving a math problem per se, or an essay per se, where they have to really be focused in on what they're doing. And this really does check out the pupil. So the pupil size is, I guess, the indicator for all these different things. So it's really cool. At that point, if they can roll this out and they can find out if you're on the early stages of Alzheimer's degeneration, at that point, maybe they can do something about it. And these new medications that are coming out, I would say not every day, because not new medication every day, but literally in the sense that they're coming out, year after year with new things that are going to hopefully cure this and get rid of this horrible disease that a lot of people suffer from. And it just takes them apart and rips them everything that they've known. I don't know if you guys have ever met somebody that has Alzheimer's. It's a horrible, horrible disease. And maybe not in the early stages, but in the later stages, that's when it really gets rough, especially on the family members, wives, stuff like that, when they maybe might not remember them, or they're going to these fits, or they go back. It's a horrible thing. So I wouldn't wish this on anybody, but at that point, you guys should do what you possibly can to prevent this. And then you're like, well, what do I need to do? And this kind of where NAD comes into play. We want your brain to be tip top. Your brain's like a muscle too, right? And it's got to work hard, and you got to flex it. And if you aren't flexing it, you got to make sure you're taking care of it and maintaining it too as well. So good things for this. Would NAD? Yes. So NAD would help with dementia and Alzheimer's. So they're actually using this right now in studies and stuff like that to help people with Alzheimer's and dementia. So it's really, really cool. And that's where they were doing the studies like like 8 years ago, that's when I was reading about it. I talked to a doctor that wrote a book about it. I really read on it, and I was like, man, this is so crazy that a lot of people aren't using things like this because it really does work, and you can actually feel this thing kick in. So when I take NAD, I can feel it kick in, and I'm like, wow. I'm like, and then I'm pretty much zoned in. Now, when you take NAD, disclaimer. Some people, you'll feel it tightening of the chest a little bit. Don't get scared. You're not having a heart attack. There's no problems. And there's nothing that's negative that's going on in the body. It's just one of the negative side effects. To me, it's a negative side effect because people can freak out about it. But it's not something that's going to hurt you or do anything bad. But if you don't know what's coming, it might scare you. So I want to make sure that people know that that's what's going to happen with this. If you guys have any questions about what Titan Medical Center does, we service nationwide in 49 states. The only state that's out is Idaho. Everywhere else, even Ohio's back in. A lot of people were on my butt about that one, so it's back. And everything from hormone replacement therapy for males and females, medical weight loss therapies, and I can cover those, or different things, and hormones if you guys want to. Injectable vitamin amino acid therapies and our signature blends too, like Titan Ultra with NAD in it. Also, weight loss peptides, healing peptides, and sexual peptides. We also have libido enhancers, both males and females. It might be good for Mother's Day for some of you guys too. Take your wife or your baby mama somewhere and have a good time after you spend it with the family all day. Also, blood work nationwide, guys. Whatever you guys need to check, we could possibly do for you guys. It's expedited, and it's the most inexpensive blood panel, full panel, secure full panel there is in the country. All right. The Biogen drug can help clean plaque out of the brain. It's iffy if the efficacy at best. Hoping, someone comes up with a better option. Yeah, so that's a little crazy. I don't know. I've read on the drug, but I don't know everything there is to be about it. I haven't read the clinical studies about it, but it is. What causes chest tightness? So I don't know exactly what the mechanism is, why it causes chest tightness. I'll find out for you. There's some things I don't know. And if I don't know, I'm not going to act like I do. So I'll definitely find out for you what causes it. I've never really asked him. I probably should because, somebody asked me that. They have asked me that in the past. I definitely said, I don't know. I probably should have found out then and for him. But I said, listen, it's just something that's very common. Now, if you don't take too high of a dose, you'll never feel that kick in. And it might still work to a certain degree for you guys. Just with me, I like to take usually 60 units to 70 units of it. When you usually get it, we'll have the directions when you dilute the Lifelise powder. That'd be something. But if you don't want the tightness or you want something better, possibly with some other combinations, the Titan Ultra might be the way to go. But for me, I like the NAD, a Lifelise, because at that point, I can utilize one of those shots whenever I want. If I have something very important, I can up the dose a little bit more. So I'm really zoned in and ready to go and focused. That's what it's all about. All right, let's go on to the next topic.
There it is, John, by the way.
What's that? Okay, so due to the increase in energy and ATP production during the infusion, some discomfort such as mild chest pressure or abdominal cramping. Thank you. All right, listen, see, Art knocked it around the head. So increase in energy and ATP production, which makes sense. All right, so that could happen with infusions or intramuscular injections. Awesome. Found me the answer, dude. Love it. All right, so the next one. Let's talk about the Supreme Court. So, listen, I usually don't talk politics on here or anything like that, but we do have some certain things like our executive branch or judicial branch and these different things out there in our legislative branch. But our judicial branch that we're talking about here, our Supreme Court. So there's been some big cases that have been on the rise and topics that have been on the Supreme Court justices, on their docket. And this one is particularly talking about Roe versus Wade. And what happened was yesterday Politico launched, basically news that the justice's opinion on this was they were going to overturn Roe versus Wade. And if you don't know what Roe versus Wade is, let's break it down what that is, because I asked my son, because I think he should know these things. I go, Pete, do you know what Roe versus Wade is? He's like, no. So I'm like, listen, this has to do with abortions, right? And taking this into the federal hands and not the state hands. And at that point, whether which side you lie on, pro-health or pro-choice, this is going to be, a big thing, because one way or the other, some people are going to be really happy about this and some people are going to be really upset. And these opinions of the court, this is the main thing about this. They're not supposed to get out into the general public. These are things that these pass back. There can be many opinions. This is not the final ruling on things. And they send this back and forth between the justices to see what their opinions are. And, the people that work in there, like clerks and such, they take a pretty hard stance on confidentiality and holding the integrity of the court. So this is the first time something like this has ever happened where news has got out. And basically they think that, this news got out because if they do overturn Roe versus Wade, it's going to put it back into the state's hands. That means whatever state you live in, the legislature is going to vote on how abortion is going to be handled, whether they're not going to allow it in any case scenario or they are going to allow it and how long. So, this is a really big deal. And this is why I bring it up on here, because this could affect a lot of different people out here. And it just depends, where you lie in it. And I'm not on any side of the fence. I think in one light, women should be able to do what they want with their body. Do I think that women should be getting 4, 5, 6 abortions? I don't think that's right either, because they're just using it as a birth control method. So it's really up to you guys, but this is something that's big. And the reason they said this leaked was to press the justices into a different direction and mortify or really like grill them per se. So I don't know. This is getting crazy, but Chief Justice John Roberts said that he's going to definitely look into this, and he's definitely not going to let this go down. So we're going to see where all this lands. And like I said, no matter where you lie on, this is going to happen one way or the other. So I wanted to just bring that up for you guys. The leak is an attempt by the left to intimidate Scott. Yeah, so it is. It's trying to intimidate the justices, but it is what it is. Hopefully, they won't be intimidated, and they're going to vote the way they want to vote, and that's what it should be. And at that point, women should be voting in their state and for their legislative branch in their state, and those people should be representing you. So at that point, we're going to see what those people say. And Florida is just not a big state for abortion. I'll just tell you that. It's just not, but we'll see how it goes. All right. The clerk justice they work for should be disbarred. Somebody will get disbarred. The only thing is the people that get disbarred for this, because there's two sides. There's right and left right now. There's no middle. But if you're on the left, you want this to happen, and if you're on the right, you don't. And at that point, somebody on the left is, if they do this and they get found out, and they should be found out and disbarred. And when they do, they're going to be glorified by one group of people, and at that point possibly offer jobs and all this for lucrative money. So it might be an upside for this person, not a downside, which is really, really upsetting. But it is what it is. But these are different things that are happening in our world today that I think we should talk about. All right. So let's get back into this weekend. We got a huge event going on this weekend. So if you guys are in Tampa, awesome. You guys might want to check this out. The Pied Piper Inaugural Carnival 2022. Type Medical Center is going to be there. We're going to have a booth set up, hanging out. Huge artists coming in. DJ Snake, Little John, Shaggy, Dead Mouse. God, I'm forgetting one or two, but there's a lot of big people coming on. So at that point, you guys are going to love it if you guys come out. Plus, it's Carnival. So during the day, you can take your kids on the rides and all that good stuff. At night, you can take your girlfriend, boyfriend, have a blast. And if you guys want to see this concert, you guys will be able to do that too.
Well, they got vintage culture.
Well, yeah, vintage culture.
Cowboys.
Yep, Soul Circus.
Cool. Monkeys? Black Monkeys?
Yeah, those guys are local, both of those guys. Soul Circus and Black Honkies. But it'll be good. But nighttime, I'll be there for sure. It's going to be awesome. So come join us. All right, so let's get to the weekly poll. So the weekly poll this week states, what do you take to enhance your cognitive function and energy? 14% say I take over-the-counter drink supplements. So like Bangs or Monsters or some sort of energy drink, right? I would think. 14%, I do not take anything at all. I don't need it. Awesome. You guys are working on point. 18% I take over-the-counter capsule supplements. Okay, so that could be caffeine pills, I guess, or some sort of supplement that revs you up. 18% says, I do not take anything, but can you tell me more? Okay, awesome. And 36% said, I take pharmaceutical grade Titan therapies. Boom, boom, boom. So that was the biggest 1% of people out there, and I hope so, because they're getting this newsletter and reading this newsletter and being in the poll. Hopefully they know some of the different therapies that we can help them out with that maybe they're taking right now that they can substitute out what they're taking and use our therapies, which would be probably better for them, and you'll probably get a better result. Or some people that think, hey, listen, they might not need it, but down the road, you might need it. Things will happen. You're going to decline. You're not going to stay your true, pristine self all your life. I wish, guys. I'm trying to find those magical therapies that'll just stop the clock. And at that point, we can at least stay where you're at for at least 20 or 30 more years. So it would be awesome to do that. But listen, guys, we have these different therapies, especially for cognitive function and energy, NAD, Titan Ultra, ECA Stack Plus, and a lot more. If you guys want these therapies, you don't need blood work at all either for these therapies. All you have to do is fill out the new patient paperwork. You'll do a medical consult, and if you're not in the area, don't worry. We can do it via telemedicine, through a video consult. You'll meet the provider, they'll meet you, and go over all your new patient paperwork, health history, family history, and even talk to you about all the different therapies that you may want to use. We got you guys. Don't worry. Just call or text us. We'll take care of you. Big Irishman in the house. Christian, what's going on? I hope all's well. Hunter, shaped by Sarah. We got Tight Net in the house. So Hunter Spencer asks, how much for BPC 157? Okay, so body protection compound 157. It's a healing peptide. It's usually $275 for a month therapy, right? And it might be a little bit less or more depending on how you use it and inject it. It's a 15 milligram dosage vial. So it's going to be a pretty big dose as far as that goes. And you can use this day after day. You can use this preventative, prophylactic, or you can use it for acute injuries or acute things that happen, or even for inflammation. So that doesn't require blood work either. It's an awesome healing peptide. I stand by it. I use it myself. I know a ton of different people on here that have used it or been with us and have used it. So at that point, I think you'll really like it if you're using it for an injury. All right, so anything else? I think that's it, right? Anything else? Hey, what's going on? Big Irishman in the house, my dude. All right, the best of the best. You know it, dude. Does MK677 have some healing benefits if for the shoulder? So, Eddie, yeah, so it can help with healing. And let's break that down, why it does. So with MK677, it's an oral GHRH, a growth and releasing hormone peptide. And it's the only oral one out there. Now, what this does is this also stimulates the hunger hormone, the ghrelin hormone, but it raises IGF-1 levels. And when we talk about raising IGF-1 levels, that's when we talk about repair and recovery and anti-aging to a sense, right? Recovery is the biggest one. A lot of people overlook this to a certain extent. They overtrain or maybe train very hard. I don't want to use overtrain, but train very hard and don't give their body the proper rest or recovery that it really needs. So you really need to look into these different things. There are some different things out there that can help you recover and heal faster. And BPC 157 is one of those different compounds. Even MK677 too as well, because of raising the IGF-1 levels. That's a big one for it. I can't believe Facebook is allowing farm sites to advertise. Every day I see a new one. It's really, really crazy that they're doing this. I don't know if it's the wording or they get by for a little bit, but I see it all the time. And, you know, it's a little... It sucks, right? Because, you know, they're putting this product out there and people see it on there, so they think it's okay. And, you know, they buy from it, and it's really... You don't know what it is coming. It says for non-human consumption on it, or not for human use, you know. So I don't understand why people even do it. They take a chance. I understand that they think, oh, they have to put that on there, and I can still take it. It's still good for me, and it's still going to work. But you don't know. That's the fact. There's no studies or there's no testing on it. So I don't know. People that freak out about what they eat for a meal are not freaking out what they inject in their body. We really should look at that, right? I'll stitch you with Tight Medical Center, my man. Thank you. You demand. Oh, no problem, dude. Magic Jack in the house. JD, Texas, 2018. What's up? Vernon B, what's going on? How you doing? Jordan Fit, what's going on? All right. So, Titan events that are coming up. The schedule, 6/17 through 6/19. Tight Medical Center, NBC, Puerto Rico. 6/18 will also be Deke Warner, NPC, Mid-Florida Classic in Orlando. 8/4 to 8/6, Tampa Pro here in Tampa, Florida. Tight Medical Center will be a big part of this. Can't wait. 8/13, and we'll probably have injections that we'll be giving out for free like we did last year. B12 injections, amino injections, and such. You guys are going to love it. Come take advantage of it if you guys are in the area. 8/13, Deke Warner, NBC Florida State Classic. So we're going back to Orlando, my man Deke, for his show. 9/8 through 9/10, St. Pete Art and Fashion Week. Tight Medical Center's presenter, sponsor, main designer, and cannot wait for such a great event and week. That's an awesome weekend. 10/1, NBC Puerto Rico. 10/22, Hurricane Pro here in St. Petersburg, Florida. Can't wait. Big shout out to Tim Gardner for those. 12/15 to 12/18, Olympia in full effect. Las Vegas, baby. Here we come. 12/3, Cars and Couture. Can't wait for that one. Another Donna Crowley Luxe Fashion Group put together event. I can't wait. And that one is benefiting Cure for Autism. For Autism Speaks. Hopefully, we're helping those kids out or people that have autism. All right, guys. So that's it. Unless you guys got any questions, concerns. Real Lucky Harbor, what's going on, dude? So I see those posts up with Little Wayne. Big shout out to that. That's awesome. Hey, man, you guys need any anti-aging? You guys want to have boost immunity on the road? I got you guys. 100%. All right, man. So that's it, guys. I appreciate you guys. I'm here every Tuesday for Titan Talk Tuesday, 6 p.m. with me, John, CEO of Titan Medical Center. If you guys got any questions about therapies or what can help you guys get to your goals, whether it's health or fitness, we got you. Call or text 727-389-3220. And do not forget about the Mother's Day blood work special. So all females can take advantage of this, whether you're a mother or not. But it's it's for the moms out there. You moms out there are dealing with a lot. You guys might be having hormone issues and stuff like that. Postpartum, depression can be a big thing, and this is caused by hormones, guys. Now, remember, you have to make sure you're done breastfeeding if you guys are taking anything, because this can actually get into your milk, and you don't want to do that for your baby's health and safety. And at that point, you want to make sure everything's good to go. So, guys, I appreciate you guys. I'll be here for you guys every Tuesday. Me, John, CEO of Titan Medical Center. I appreciate all you guys. Check out YouTube, guys. Go hit the subscribe button. You guys are going to love all the content over there. I promise you guys. There's something for everybody, whether it's our events, therapies, how to inject some of the therapies. Even if you didn't get therapies from Titan Medical Center, I'm giving you free information of how to utilize these therapies out there. So get that information and use it, guys. I appreciate all you guys. Thank you. I'll see you next